The purpose of this video is to teach you the way I found by experimenting how to find the energy blockages. Most of the energy blockages, the serious one, the deepest one, are in our chakras. Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, and is how to find energy blockages and the different depths or categories that I put them. Static energy blockages, entities, mild forms of toxic conscious energies, and evil entities, which are deeper forms of toxic energies that really affects our moods and our thoughts, our behavior. Even though this video is done for Reiki practitioners, maybe you will find something interesting on this. When we study Reiki, Mikao Usui, the founder of Reiki, is a form of energy healing, talks about the Byoki energy, that means the toxic energies, the sick energies. And how do we remove them? There is no specific instructions on the word energy blockage. Energy blockage is a word that has been developed later because it's real. These toxic energies, when they accumulate over years, let's say that you have a broken heart and that energy accumulation in your heart forms literally an energy blockage that doesn't let the energy be absorbed by your chakras. Usually most of the energy blockages are in the second, third, the heart, and the first chakra. In occasions, the throat, somewhere in the brain around the pineal gland. I was taught by an amazing soul and human being, and my Reiki teacher can see the energy. And he told us once, we were in a dinner, I was learning Reiki in Taos. He used to live in Taos, New Mexico. And one day my Reiki teacher told me, you have a client here, he has entities, you know what to do. And he told me, I really didn't know what to do. But he can see them. He was born like another friend of mine. They were born with this gift of seeing the energies. They can see these toxic energies. And he told me, I just went and took them out. I heard the same experience from other great healers. They cannot see the energy like my Reiki teacher or other friends that I have, but once they saw a green ball and took them out, and the person was free from all this chronic pain for years. The purpose of this video is to teach you the way I found by experimenting how to find the energy blockages. Most of the energy blockages, the serious one, the deepest one, are in our chakras. How to find how deep are those layers of energy blockages. And well, you know how to, if you're a Reiki practitioner, you know how to remove them. And this is what I do. I use a pendulum, and I don't use the pendulum in the way that many people put the pendulum on top of the chakra. If the spin is clockwise or counterwise, for some reason it was too lengthy for me. I wanted to do something faster and more precise. What I do is, I am in front of the client is laying down on the massage table in front of me, I am on the right hand side, and with a pendulum I ask, where, I say the name of the client, let's say, where Johnny needs help the most. Now, it's very important that you understand the use of the pendulum. Most people have no clue how does it work. They think they are asking to an angel, asking to a spirit guide. That's not the way the pendulum works. If you let the control of the pendulum to another being, you're not getting the right results. What we are asking is to our higher self, our soul, the part of us that is pure energy and is in contact with all the knowledge, is in contact with the energies everywhere. And I'm very specific in which chakra Johnny needs help the most. And I let the pendulum swing, and the pendulum will start swinging in the way where that person needs help the most. When the pendulum went to a chakra, there is an energy blockage. So we know that this static form of energy that we call energy blockage. And then I ask, is there any entity in that chakra? And the pendulum will tell me yes or no. If the pendulum says yes, I ask, is there any evil entity? And I wait for the yes or the no. And also I ask, how many entities, if the pendulum said there is no evil entities, or if the pendulum says that there are evil entities, I ask, how many evil entities? Why do I do this? Remember Jesus when he was healing this person and he asks, who are you, asking for what in the Bible says, casting out evils. And the entity says legion. That means there were many, many, many entities there. And if you search in the literature, yes, a person can have in one chakra many entities. So I do that just for the way when I remove the energy blockages to know, to visualize what I have to do. And then, after I finish with that chakra, I ask, what is the next chakra that Mary needs help the most? And the pendulum will go to another chakra. And then if I'm not sure, I move my hand side to side and I will see that the pendulum will point always to the same place. And I may even go around and I will see the pendulum will point always to the same place. After the second chakra or the second signal that the pendulum gives me, I ask the same. Is there any entity? Then I ask, is there any evil entity? And I ask, how many entities or how many evil entities? And I go until the pendulum shows me the first chakra that I scan. Now, it's very important that you understand the use of the pendulum. Most people have no clue how does it work. They think they are asking to an angel, they are asking to a spirit guide. That's not the way the pendulum works. If you let the control of the pendulum to another being, you're not getting the right results. What we are asking is to our higher self, our soul, the part of us that is pure energy and is in contact with all the knowledge, is in contact with the energies everywhere. So that part of me, my soul, my higher self, is in contact with the energy of my clients. And this higher self, my energy, makes my body move. So the pendulum swings to one chakra or the other. And the interesting thing, you will know that is true, is let's say that the pendulum is going to the second chakra. When you move the hand to the right or to the left, the pendulum will keep swinging to this point. I move the pendulum and I cannot do this on my own. Can you see? The pendulum is moving, always pointing to my finger. So that's when you know that you are getting the right answer. Of course, you have to be free from all preconceptions, not to have any idea that could modify the swinging of the pendulum. That's why you have to practice and practice until you know that you are neutral, you are not biased by any of your feelings or thoughts. This is very important because people say you have to clear the pendulum, you have to clear. There is a moment that you don't need any of that. I mean, the pendulum, as a pendulum, you can use anything. Many times I don't have one, I get a knot, I hang it with a thread, this sewing thread that is very thin, and I have a wonderful pendulum. And this is a demonstration that I did for you, a real demonstration. This is the way I use the pendulum to find where the energy blockages, entities or evil entities are, and the degree of that. What I do is I put a pendulum between the solar plexus and the second chakra, so I know those chakras are on either side of the pendulum. And I ask, what is the chakra that Elizabeth needs help the most? And I am thinking of one person that I know, that's her name. And you can see that the pendulum goes to the heart. Now, I need to know the degree of the energy blockage, how deep it is. So I ask, is there any entity in the heart of Elizabeth? Yes, there is. And then I ask, is there any evil entities? And I see yes, and I know this person, and because of the condition she has, I know that it could be true. Then I ask, what is the next chakra Elizabeth needs help? and you can see the pendulum goes to the solar plexus. And then I ask, I know that there is an energy blockage. Now I ask, is there any entity in the solar plexus? I have an answer that yes. Is there any evil entity? And the answer is yes. I also ask, how many evil entities? And what I do, the root chakra is number 1, the sacral number 2, solar plexus number 3 and 4. So I ask, how many evil entities in the solar plexus of Elizabeth? And I see there are 2. Look, I move the pendulum, and the pendulum is attracted like a magnet to the second chakra. So this is number 2. 2 evil entities on the solar plexus. And then I ask, how many evil entities in the heart chakra? And I see, look, I move the pendulum, and the pendulum keeps always pointing now to the number 3. I am using the chakras as numbers. I found the energy blockages on the heart and the solar plexus, and now I ask, what is the next chakra that Elizabeth needs help with? And goes to the second chakra, and look, if I move the pendulum along the body, the pendulum keeps swinging and pointing to the second chakra. So that's what I know that is true. And then I ask, is there any entity in Elizabeth's second chakra? Yes. Is there any evil entity? I says no. And then I ask, how many entities on the second chakra? I see that it's 2, because it's pointing to the second chakra. And then I ask, what is the next chakra that Elizabeth needs help with? And it's pointing to the heart, which is the first one. That means that my scanning is done. And then I use this information for the healing. I know what to remove, how many energy blockages or entities, and which chakra I should work more. Please put your comments. I would like to know what you think about that. And if you have any question, please let me know.